Final match of the second week of the 31st Grand Arena season, playing against SWGOH Sakura. I've seen that name several times in the past already, always find it funny in a way, but never had the chance to play against them. So this is a first. Interesting match, so much I can say already, and let's go right into it, I'd say. I started on the North Wall, mainly because there were, I think, 5 GLs on defense. I might be wrong, 4 or 5. We will see. And they were split out between the North and South Wall, and so I want to just make sure to clean the North Wall, and so I can get the ships, because it's more points in 5s. And so started with this off meta, which I haven't played in a while, to be honest. I think ever since Datacrons came out, this is the first time I'm doing that. And yeah, felt quite easy, to be honest, because I have a Datacron on JKL, which gives him the bonus turn. There's 3 posts, as you can see, and other than that, the counter itself also without the Datacron would have been straightforward, because it wasn't a double tank version, it was single tank, which is pretty easy. But other than that, yeah, the Datacron makes it really easy. So didn't even lose someone yet, or wasn't even close to losing someone, and team's almost gone. So that was nice. And Hux got the final blow, so 74. Then going to the next match, which is C, also North Wall, and it's quite an, yeah, it's a weird mix for C, not really weird, but it's not really strong, but also not too weak in a sense, because Z kind of adds some spice to it, but I still wanted to see if Wampa can do something here. I believe the Datacron on C, it wasn't the 80% ult, I think it was something with like taking less damage also on the final, or like final level. Other than that, nothing too special about it, I guess. Maybe some defense, but yeah. In case Wampa goes through, it doesn't really matter that much because you ramp up damage so much. But as you can see, you have to get there first. And that was already in yellow, but then got my AoE off, took out, who was the Sidious. And unfortunately, then you always have to go for everyone again, which can be annoying. So either you have the chance just to go for one of them all the time, or split out the damage is the best version, and then just take them all out with an AoE. So you can go for C himself. But yeah, in this case, one by one, they hopefully fall. And as you can see, it's always getting close before I get to that point. So dicey, so to say. Yeah, but potentially, because you see less and less items on defense, it might be a point just to mod Wampa for more health in general. But I still think tenacity is still important when you consider shocks and dazes, ability blocks that come from Dooku in this case. Yeah, here I opted for the basic to get some health steal. Also didn't have my AoE available, but health steal was quite enough. So got back into the green, got my bonus protection. C got to his ult, which yeah, was unfortunate, but ult doesn't do much because there's no link, so still annoying. But I still was hopeful to get out another AoE, taking out both sides, and then just go for yeah, C. But then, of course, unfortunately, took out, I should have won potentially, but took out Z, and then both C and Marauder were back to full health for protection. So I had to clean it up with something that I've did in one of the earlier matches of the season with Grievous. Back then, the C had this, I think, 80% starting ultimate, or 20% per Civ ally, and so this kind of would have been 20%. But back then it was still a full team, so, and even then, Grievous was really, it felt really easy at least. So I was comfortable using this here, and although I have linked characters, doesn't really matter too much because there's just one side which I was taking out, and there comes Extortion into play, and so C has a hard time catching up to that. And yeah, so, and Grievous just does some good damage. Again, Extortion, hitting immunity, all that good stuff that make Grievous fun in a way, or make this team fun. So wasn't too worried. try to stack my damage a little bit here. That's why I do the wiggle, not the wiggle, what is it called? The crawl. All those funny terms. Yeah, C is close to alt, but before he gets the chance to use it, I get the chance to take him out, and B1 took this chance. Yeah. So then South Wall battle. Yeah, Civ Empire without all Civ, just like Civ Empire, so you could lose some bonuses there. But I guess my opponent had some other plans for offense, and that's why they didn't use would have been a better option, Talon here. Yeah, so took in Bounty Hunters, felt okay, but it's always dicey, so I'm always aware of that. Let's say 90% of the time it goes wrong. But as long as I can take out Malgus, now I'm falling also for this name trap, it's okay. Yeah, so they get going, so that's unfortunate, but I have my contract, can snipe out Malgus, so everything is good. So if I have to clean this up, I'm fine with this. Not much of a deal, because I was quite sure that my opponent would have problems as well, so I was fine with losing a battle or like banners, because they put down a very strong defense, right? So and I also have a not super strong but strong defense, and so I was not expecting to be one shot in general. Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I'm struggling here. The Bounty Hunters have a hard time. Aura is out. She's still very frail. But as long as Sam is there and the Bosk and Grief and Mando is there, still a chance. There's hope. But then also there's not. And so losing Mando here, and then from that on, there's no return to happiness. From there we're doomed and just have to embrace the ride to death. So kind of. I still had hopes, maybe, snipe out Darth Revan, maybe, please, but I think, no. Now there is no spoiler anymore. this didn't succeed either, so yeah, have to clean this up, unfortunately, but as I said, I was fine with that. I saved GLs by working off meta on the north, and so I was fine with taking a little bit of a gamble in this fight. And as long as I can take Malgus out, this isn't so much of a problem. Which is funny to say because it's still Darth Revan, right? But yeah, it just isn't. So if you have to write characters, of course, that's a given. So Grief always hanging in there, last to leave almost always. So then got one banner there, nice. And then decided to just change the teams, so I avoid going for the same team twice, and just like to get a different headspace. And so this was another South Wall battle Ray with the annoying Datacron, and luckily for me, not the best team, but even if there was like JTR and all the others, I would have taken this team here. And this time I tried to play it better than the last time I did. And apparently, so far so good, almost, yeah, there was a bit too enthusiastic, but almost got my first level of the ult, but then got a chance to take my AoE, took out both of the hero friends, the hero bros, however you want to call them. Then Ray got into ult, I got my third stack, so to say, and then I just go into ult because there is no reason not to. She comes out of hers, I'm losing my friend Officer, but not so much of a problem. Still have ult turns left, can swipe along, taking the whirlwind, which does nothing, and then she got her finally in damage immunity. That took a while. Still can swipe, yeah, so then from that point on I think the fight for Ray is pretty much over because Kylo is just too strong in that case. And yep, took her out. Very terrible banners, to be honest, but just a one-shot, which was the thing I was looking for. Then there was a JML with Datacron, and I wasn't sure what to use first, but then I thought, okay, there is no JKR, this should be maulable. Of course, there is JKA, which gets like this bonus turn stuff, but that shouldn't stop Maul from just demolishing this team. And as you can see, going straight for the tank, so straight for JML. Still got 2 stacks, and he's in red health, so he's gone. That does nothing to me, taking out Jolie so he doesn't bring anyone back, but I also tank tech wouldn't have helped anyway. Not weapons tech on Maul. So yeah, and then in a matter of not even a minute, this whole Jedi team has melted, or almost a minute, we will see in a bit. Has melted to dust, or has crumbled to dust. So not the full banners, but still 63, another off meta counter, which was super nice. And then there was the next GL, so I believe it were 5 GLs on defense. They kept 1 for offense. Was this guy, Lord Vader, in a interesting combination with anti-Jedi, with 8 Brother, with like blind and that kind of stuff. At the same time, Maul and Darth Vader, so it's kind of anti-Jedi, but it still felt quite okay using JMK here. I have the stun Datacron with him. Not the best alt, or not the best level 9, it's just like he takes less damage, but I also have the ramping offense on the level 3, so it quite helps. It's, I mean, it will soon be over, so then we have to figure out how we deal with Lord Vaders anymore, like, especially after you get like his crazy thingy in this next round of Datacrons, which have like a weird color, what I've seen, a fun color, I guess. But I don't even know how to get them right now, so that's weird. I've seen them pop up, but not anything like free-to-play sources where you could get them. Anyway, so almost the whole team is gone already, but still the problem with Lord Vader always in the day and age of Datacrons is the health steal. I think Seraph just like posted a video minutes ago before I was recording this, that he had like 700% health steal on the opposing Lord Vader, and it's never fun to see these numbers. At some point it just gets like comical, because you only can heal so much. But still, I mean, then the little bit of damage already helps you. So, but in this case, it was quite okay. You at least have healing immunity with JMK if you land it, of course. And then it's not so much of an issue. And healing immunity is especially the enemy of Lord Vader, because there's no protection, nothing. So he has bonus protection in this case, yeah. But this you can dispel, as you can see, and then suddenly getting some banners back here, and then finishing off Lord Vader and the 5th GL, so to say. And there's the rest of the half a GL team, the cleanup of the Malgus team. So quite a tough defense. And I had C. I didn't trust him to do it solo, to be honest, without what. So I just like took in those 2 tanks, which are funny enough useful nowadays. We will see if Gamorrean Guard gets a rework. I kind of expect it to be a little bit like Royal Guard got a rework for Lord Vader. But excited where this goes, and also kind of looking forward to Jabba, which I didn't expect to be, but mainly just because it's a new GL, so some variety, interested in the kit, so yeah, looking forward to that. Other than that, this battle is straightforward. Just link those guys that are most annoying, and then just take out the others while you can, and just keep your tanks alive. I mean, usually they die, but here, thanks to weird RNG on the opponent's targeting, they just are still around, and so that's nice. Maybe one thing to Jabba, like, so I unlocked Profundity like 7 stars the first day, like within not even half a day. And now it felt so, there was a certain kind of emptiness inside of me after that. It was so weird. Especially because there was such a high build up to it, and then suddenly you have it, and you were waiting for long, so it was like, oh, okay, that was the event, okay, nice. Thanks. Yeah, this is an off-wall battle. I wanted to like get the ships and make sure I can clear ships. Yeah, Iden with Magma is, I think, the hardest counter you can get to Momo, and I know it's tempting to put Magma on defense because it's such a weird team that, yeah, you have to use something against her, or, you know, all this kind of stuff. And she can be hard to take out if you don't have the right team. But I think she's just so versatile in offense that you're better off in offense. Except you would use her to, like, especially drain Iden, Troopers, Javas, or Qui-Gon Jinn, or whatever, you know. But yeah. Then on defense, the back wall fight, there was an Iden, and I was a bit like, not angry with that, about that, but like, of course, I didn't have Wampa, which would have been easy banners, so I had to use my strongest team, and it gets super dicey. So I believe, like, in return, you potentially could take out star killer teams with Iden. But thanks to heavily offense modded star killer, takes out the team, and so in the end, you just like lose a few banners, like quite some banners actually, but it's still okay. Problem there was that I couldn't get my Visa Spec to full health with the healing, so she didn't bring back anyone. As you can see here, I think. Yeah, so only a bit of healing, but not full, so I didn't bring back our friend Plo. And so I just like had the opportunity to get to ult, took the ult, so at least got full banners in terms of the surviving characters, but still missing 3 banners, of course, of the loss of Plo. Another backwall team, I believe this was the, I don't know, it was level 9, I believe, on for the Night Sisters. But so far, they didn't change anything really for me, I have to say. So Troopers are still the natural predator to Night Sisters, I'd say. But of course, I'm also like using a heavy TM manipulation team here with Stark, which is an exercise of TM. He also has TM removal. You have TM removal from this guy, from Gideon. Yeah, so maybe if you have like a weaker Trooper team, it's not the case, but this felt very easy. So full banners there. Then there was yeah, I think it's just like a leftover team. It's Mandalorians, they get the Mandalorian Datacron, so why not post them on defense? But in essence, it was in this case just like a very easy to take out team. Is this can you say it like that? It was very easy to take out. So and yeah, Bad Batch just does a great job. So another full banner, how to say it, battle, fight, however you want to call it. Even though Django tries to steal the banner, doesn't succeed, and so another 65. And I believe this is the last ground battle on the North Wall, actually. Dash. And you can see I tried to incorporate Thrawn here just to get Nihilus earlier to his like annihilate. But Thrawn decided to leave the match early, sniped by Vendor, which was funny. It's always easy to forget that Vendor also does quite some damage, so never underestimate this guy. But other than that, Traya should be capable of dealing with this team, especially after taking out Vendor here. But still, don't underestimate Dash and the Vets. Especially Old Han, like with his counters and stacking, I think stacking defense, but also stacking offense, so what he has, it's quite annoying. So, yeah. But just want to get through, get the ships, and then see what happens. Yeah, took out Kira, funny enough. Not sure why, I guess because the TM gain she can get or give. But yeah. Saving the best for last, so Dash, and Traya gets the honor, so again, not the best banners, but one shot that I was looking for, because I was quite confident with my defense. So, and then we're in ships, playing Finalizer versus Executor. And yeah, interesting to see going forward, now that Profundity is out, how this will pan out in the future, like what we will see on defense and what we'll see on offense. So far, testing of one Profundity is kind of fun. You can essentially just like with a total of 4 ships, so 1 reinforcement, you can just win the battle super clean against Executor. Yeah, that's so wild. But yeah, back to this fight. Everything so far that should happen happened. Took out Xanadu, landed in this case my target lock. So it doesn't matter if they get the evasion up. Can hit them, ability block and the stun, perfect. So Slave 1 comes in even better. No ability block on the shuttle, so can then remove all crap. Can almost take out Slave 1, can now take out Slave 1. And yeah, looking quite good so far. All the ships are still intact. Here I'm trying to stun Houndstooth, get the stun. I think I'm not sure I'm pushing my damage output or pushing, almost take out Houndstooth. Just waiting for my reinforcement for the next one, which is Ebonhawk, so I can land some buff immunity. Again, target lock helps to land these things. Didn't get it though, but yeah, not so much of a problem because I can give TM to my team, and Silencer, sorry, should be potent enough to do that. Take out Houndstooth. Did it, but then comes the nasty bit, the Sith Bomber, which throws a bit of a wrench in these things because there's days, but luckily enough, by this point in time, the damage on Finalizer is just so huge that it doesn't really matter, just one-shot chips. Silencer, not Finalizer, I have to keep this separate in my head, mental note. As you can see, just took out 1 life from Razor Crest and then the second, and yeah, and that's pretty much not the best banners again, but a nice off-meta one-shot. And then Home 1 versus Rados. Who would have expected that? It's kind of a meme by now, I would say, because you see this over and over again. But I think, yeah, as I said, going forward, it might be the last time. I don't have Raven's Claw at 7 stars. I think at 5 stars. And yeah, so I have to get familiar with this and to see if there is even like existing capable, potent Home 1 fleet left now that our friend Blaming Falcon has a new home. But I guess maybe the next conquest ship after Swallow is actually maybe Red 5 or something, and then we get a Home 1 that does amazing things again. We will see. Yeah. So easy enough battle, no problems here. So 75 banners, nice, that feels good. And then the last ship was Negotiator, and for that I used Executor. And it's funny, like in the beginning when Executor came out, it felt so easy to take out Negotiator fleets with it, almost like comical, like it's a satire in a way, like, you know. But now that you see more Relic 9 fleets, Negotiator fleets, it feels not hard, but sometimes it feels like unnecessarily different from the early days of Executor. But maybe this is like just like a personal observation, like, you know, looking back, things always felt better or different. But here, it at least could take out our friend Anakin, so he was out of the picture, and still like the win condition for this fleet, right? So and now with Profundity, I still have to get used to Radar's Profundity, like so weird. There's no TM, so that's even worse for him. So yeah, interesting. Other than that, this fight is not really over, but it's under control, even though we just have taken out 1 ship, essentially. But get our second bit of the contract and just waiting for our ult to take out the Negotiator itself, and then it's smooth sailing from there on. Or we take the bomb and hopefully take out everyone. Not almost, yeah, but it was fun to see. Now I got my ult, so can just easily clean those two up, and then this fleet fight and also my offensive run is over, has come to an end, like all things. Anyway, except gravity, that is always persistent. 70 banners. So yeah, and that pretty much then, as I said, ends my run. And so this is also the end result. My opponent attacked before I did. Didn't want to show it in the beginning. So and I think they took out one more team or so, but then they gave up because they couldn't win mathematically. So that was nice to see that my defense holds so well and that I can go, still can, or I'm still capable of going 3-0. So that was nice. And we will see how, if that can continue like that. Haha. So thanks for watching. That was a fun match. Glad off meta is not that. And other than that, have a nice day and see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.